Welcome back to the Ronny Trost podcast on bodybuilding. I don't know about you guys, but I find it fascinating to watch bodybuilding shows on YouTube. Like all the time. Like, listen to them. There's, professional teachers. There's like idiots. There's all different things about different techniques and steroids and natty. Natty meaning natural. Don't do steroids. Of course, I think some of the people that call themselves natty used to do steroids and their muscles got bigger and then they stopped doing steroids, so now they call themselves natty. But that's not really natty. Because I'll explain why in a minute. But I'm natty for the most part. I think I did some DHEA when I was younger, but I don't think it did much. So this over-counter stuff from the health food store. I didn't know at the time that it was considered like steroids, but that's not the kind of steroids that make you that big. I don't know how I always thought steroids were illegal. So I'm like, okay, if they sell it at the health food store, it must not be steroids. But then they say DHEA is a precursor to testosterone, that somehow it's considered a steroid. So I didn't know that it was a steroid because it was over the counter. I'm thinking, okay, if it's over the counter, it's not a steroid because steroids are illegal. But it didn't really, make me huge or nothing like that. But the steroids that they use in bodybuilding, you take something, okay. If you look up some of the great bodybuilders, you got like Serge, what's his name? Serge Nubret. He's one of the best looking bodybuilders ever from France. He ate 6 pounds of horse meat. He was on all kinds of steroids. He was in high volume. He'd do like 20 sets a day and everything. Basically in the gym like 3 hours, 6 hours. If he was in the gym once a day, it was 3 hours. He'd take a lunch break, come back and do another 3 hours. High volume, low weight. And he looked phenomenal. But he's dead. He died early. So the thing you got to realize is that if you decide to take steroids, injectable, like TRENBOLONE, you're probably going to die an early death. Okay. Not 100% of the time, most of the time. So people like to follow big, huge bodybuilders. And the thing you got to realize, you cannot get that big without steroids. You can't even get half that big without steroids. So what happens is, like I was just watching Rich Piana, who's dead, right? 47. So his little video is he's been taking steroids since he was 15 or 11, or started working out when he was 11, started taking steroids when he was a teen. And millions of followers, millions of dollars in the bank, clothing line, supplement line, dead at 47. But huge. I mean, he was huge. Like, I'm 62, right? So, his life is over. Mine's still, I still got plenty of time left. And, I can't brag about the future because who knows, get run over by a bus tomorrow. Doesn't matter. But the point I'm trying to make is, physically, there's nothing wrong with me. They said he had a heart twice the size of a normal heart. Okay. Which the problem is that it's in a cage, and the heart needs to expand to contract, expand and contract. Well, when it gets so big, it's in a cage, it has nowhere to expand. So it's like pumping like this instead of pumping like this. So then it's overworking itself all the time, and you die of a heart attack. So the moment you start taking steroids, basically it's a form of suicide in general. I mean, you're shortening your lifespan. But the problem is, like, I mean, if you want to see big muscles, just go to a horse ranch, okay? Because horses have big, huge, strong muscles. They can pull a cart. They can pull a wagon. Big, powerful leg muscles. But to try to do that to a human being is not natural. It's like, it's kind of cool to look at, but you're looking at something that's not supposed to be there, basically. Or if it is, the DNA got corrupted. So you're famous for a short period of time, and then you die. Most of these guys are dead by the time they're 50. Okay, I'm 62. So, well, my bad. 63. It'll be 64 in December. So, I was looking up TRENBOLONE. Like, sometimes I'm like, is there a natural way to do this? Like, what's a natural way of increasing your testosterone? What's a natural way? And my arms aren't really that big. They're being pushed down on the preacher curl bar. They look big. They look bigger, but they're not. Not even really that big, you know. But TRENBOLONE, most of the guys wind up taking, like, you can Google Serge Nubret, and they'll show you the list of drugs he was on. TRENBOLONE is one of them. Most of the guys have to take TRENBOLONE. So TRENBOLONE is a synthetic steroid that not only enlarges your muscle fiber, but can double your muscle fiber. So where you had one, now you got two. Okay? And the way it does it is by blocking the muscle from deteriorating when you're not working out. So it's just getting bigger, not deteriorating, getting bigger, getting bigger. But a natural bodybuilder, you make the muscle, then it deteriorates, and you make the muscle, then it deteriorates. So it's blocking that. So most of the guys are on TRENBOLONE, which makes, you can have double the muscle fibers, right? But it's a synthetic, you cannot do that naturally. There's nothing in your body that will do that. There's nothing in your food that will do that, okay? The only way to do it is to take the synthetic TRENBOLONE. So you can never get that big. It's not the same. But you know, the guys that are on the juice say, you know, like Rich, I was watching Rich Piana, dead at 47. He's like, I'm not telling you, I took steroids, but I'm telling you, you shouldn't take steroids. All you need to do is work harder. You just have to work harder. Now, if somebody tells you that, that's not true. Okay? It doesn't matter how hard you work, or how many sets, or how much weight. None of that matters. You will never get as big as somebody on TRENBOLONE. It's impossible. It's physically impossible. For your muscles to double, His is doubling easy because he's injecting Trenbolone. Yours is never going to double because you're not injecting Trenbolone. So you have to accept the fact that you're never going to be that. You're never going to be that big. Okay? That's it. Unless you take it. But if you take it, you're going to die, most likely, an early death. It's kind of like this. I was thinking about this story. I think it would make a good movie script. A guy, middle-aged, could never find a girlfriend or a wife, decides he wants to be the first man to land on Mars. So he goes through the NASA program, astronauts, and then finally they pick him and they say, okay, we pick you to be the first man to land on Mars and walk around. But it's a one-way trip. And you'll go down in history books. You'll be the first man for all eternity. Your name will be in the history books for being the first man to walk on Mars. But you're going to die in 2 weeks. There's no oxygen, there's no atmosphere, there's radiation. You know, we'll give you enough materials, you'll last about 2 weeks, and then you'll drop dead on Mars, basically. So he's like, well, my life is miserable here. I can't find a good girlfriend, a wife, might as well do it. Who cares? I'm going to do it. My name is going to... And then right before, you know, a week before he's ready to launch, he meets a woman and falls in love with her. Now, he has to decide. Is he going to try to work it out with this woman? Get married and have kids? Or is he going to go to Mars and die and have his name in history? And that's the decision, you know. You're going to be famous? Or are you going to be in love and nobody's going to know your name? So, bodybuilding is like that. You can do the juice. You can do the steroids. You can be famous. You can be big. You can win contests, whatever. Probably won't, because everybody else is doing it too. But you can get big. You can walk around, show everybody how big your muscles are, and all like that. Have your little web pages and YouTubes and Instagrams and all that. But you're probably gonna die before you're 50. And I'm gonna be 64. And I work hard at bodybuilding, but I ain't never gonna be that big. And then you have AI, which, you know, there's guys on YouTube that are saying, you know, in 10 years, they're gonna figure out how to stop aging and you can live almost forever. Almost forever. A couple hundred years, at least. So, oh, here we go with the lawnmowers. See how long that lasts. They can actually say they can reverse, AI may be able to reverse the aging process. So, the whole thing is like, okay, you're only going to be so big, and the steroids make you burn fat. So like you see, oh, Ronny Trost, oh, look how fat he is. Yeah, but I'm not on the juice. The juice makes you burn fat. Oh, I want to see the six-pack abs. I want to see the big muscles. I want to see this. No. I'm natural. There's no drugs in me burning off fat like a crazy madhouse. I mean, yeah, I try to diet and I try to eat right and I try to intermittent fasting and all of that, but I eat too much food because I'm hungry, because I got to think and do work and study things, and, you know, I can't be in the gym constantly right now. And I can't be monitoring my food constantly, because when you're at work and you're hungry, if you don't eat, you can't work because your mind always saying food. Eat. You're working, eat. And that's how I get fat. You know, I got to pay the bills. I got to pay for my house, pay for my gym, pay for my car, pay for cell phone, pay for this, pay for that, pay for the water bill, electric bill, mortgage, on and on and on. So, you know, I may not have six-pack abs, but I got a nice house in Florida with a built-in swimming pool. And I go to the beach anytime I want. I got cars to drive. You know, got food in the fridge. So I think about that as more important than six-pack abs right now. But you just want to see big muscles and six-pack abs, or big legs, or whatever. Okay, those are the guys on the juice. You take a look at Ronnie Coleman. Okay, I mean, my idol was always Arnold Schwarzenegger when I was younger, but you know, he even said in Encyclopedia of Bodybuilding, this is the drugs I took. These are the steroids I took. I forgot the name of something. I forgot. Well, anyway, I wouldn't take them, but he's not looking so good. You know, I mean, he's like 15 years older than me, so I can't complain. But you take somebody like Ronnie Coleman, huge monster, lifting the biggest weights you ever. He's like he's a year younger than me. He can't walk. I don't even think he can lift the same weight I could. He could probably lift more weight. Well, he can go jogging or playing tennis or swimming. There's no way. He's basically a cripple. But I mean, his name's in the history books, right? The biggest arms or whatever, won Mr. Universe so many times, whatever. I don't know. I don't like to study his life, but Ronnie Coleman is a big historical bodybuilder. But he's on crutches or wheelchairs, or, you know, if he can walk, he can barely walk at all. His whole body has shrunken down now. It's basically my size in general. So what's the point? The point is, he chose to go to the moon and die. See? But his name's in the history book. But see, his heart is enlarged. I mean, maybe they give him a heart transplant. I don't know. Maybe they give him a liver. You know, when you take steroids, it messes up your liver, your pancreas, your kidneys, your heart, your lung, everything. But all you want to see is the big muscle. That's all you want to see. No. When I drive around a Bumblebee, everybody loves my car. It's 46 years old. Oh, and to them it's like a spaceship they've landed from another planet. A Camaro. But to me, that's normal. I just preserved it. I keep it running. I fix it up, it's a hot rod. See, being old and good is just as important as, you know, it's like a shooting star. Poof. He was the greatest bodybuilder, but he's dead. Or poof. You know, he was a rock star, but we found, you know, even like the other one is Mike Mentzer, right? Everybody want to go back to Mike Mentzer, high intensity training, which I kind of do and I kind of don't. I try to look like, there's kind of me, there's kind of like a mixture between high intensity and high volume. You know, there's like, I'm kind of like in the middle. Like, want people to preach high intensity. See, that's the thing. You got Mike Mentzer, who says like 1 set a week, you need to recover. But he's on the juice. See, you can take steroids and not even work out and your muscles get bigger. Just from the steroids. Like, you don't even have to work out. He's on the juice telling everybody 1 set a week. Well, maybe that doesn't work if you're not on the juice. And then you got Serge Nubret, who's high volume, low weights, low intensity, 6 hours a day at the gym, or at least 3, on the juice. So then they want to give you, this is my workout plan, this is how many sets I do on it. No! You couldn't do Serge Nubret's without the juice, and you couldn't do Mike Mentzer's without the juice. So is it high intensity, low volume? Or is it high volume, low intensity for longer periods of time? Neither one, they're both on the juice. You see what I'm saying? Like, in order to be a natural bodybuilder, you can't listen to either one of their programs. But they want to tell you, oh, you know, your recovery time. No, the juice helps you recover. So what are you saying? And then, why is it, okay, Mike Messer is coaching people that are natural. He's like, I coach natural. He's huge, like he won bodybuilding contest from steroids, taking steroids, but he want to coach natural bodybuilding. How are you going to coach a natural bodybuilder? You were never natural. It's just theories in his mind, and then when he got older, he went crazy and died. Internal organ failure. And he was hooked on amphetamines. So the whole time, you're like, oh, he's working hard. No, he's on the juice. He's not only on the juice, he's on amphetamines too. But he ain't gonna give advice to natural bodybuilders. Oh, this is how you recover. This is how many sets you do. This is all da 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 da. How are you gonna tell somebody that? You know? Like, if I wasn't on the juice, this is what I would do. No! You ain't never been not on the juice. The same with Serge Newbert, the same with all these guys. If you were if you were on the juice and your muscles double, the muscle fibers double. For every one, now you got two. Those muscle fibers will stay with you the rest of your life. So later on in life, you're like, okay, okay, I'm natural now. Okay, my phone is ringing an alarm. I got a customer. Okay, now I'm natural. No, if you doubled your muscle fibers with TRENBOLONE, you can never, ever claim to be natural again. But to go into a bodybuilding contest and say I'm a natural after you were on TRENBOLONE, then your muscle fibers have doubled, you're now natural? No, it's impossible to ever be natural again. That's not fair to anybody. To be a natural bodybuilder, you have never taken steroids before. But see, oh, I haven't taken them for a year, so now I'm natty. No! You're not, and you're probably going to die of a heart attack like all the rest of them. See? That's what I'm saying. Like this is, when you watch the Ronny Trost program, you're watching a natural bodybuilder who never was on TRENBOLONE, never was on testosterone, something, little DHEA, because I didn't know better years, like when I was a teenager, years ago. Nothing really. But this is why you come to watch this channel, because this is the real bodybuilding natural YouTube channel. There is nobody else. Well, there's other people, but natural bodybuilder trainer. I'll show you some guys, some videos later. That's all they do is build muscles and bodybuilding. See how the devil just bring the lawnmower right in the middle? Oh, we gotta get them to shut up about the steroids. We want everybody on steroids. Okay, I do anti-aging. Nobody does it like the Ronny Trost body. Anti-aging first, then bodybuilding. Like, what gonna do bodybuilding? You're gonna grow old and die. See? I show you salads, I show you keto, I show you recipes. I'm gonna show you more, but I need more subscribers. So the subscribers go up, I'm keeping the information. You can grow, you can look in the mirror and grow old yourself. Till you start sending my videos around, going viral, and I get paid, and that's when you're really gonna learn some stuff. Right now, I'm keeping it right here. Ain't even on the computer. They can't even hack it. You try to hack, oh, let me find out what he knows. You ain't never gonna find out what I know. What I know, I read in books before there were computers. You don't know. All right. Now I added about 2.5 pounds each side since last time. Let's see what we get. Oh! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 'I get a couple more reps, but I don't want to push it that hard. It's more like the brain. It's more like the blood. It's being compressed in my brain, and I don't want to injure my brain to get another rep. But I'm going to have to add a little more weight for the next time. Thanks for watching Ronny Trost Podcast.